board, but not announcing who they are just yet, instead promising to name them later this month. Henyard is under investigation by...
A shocking turn of events has rocked Thorne Township in Dolton, as Mayor Tiffany Henyard, who also serves as township supervisor and famously dubbed herself the Super Mayor, was arrested by federal agents earlier today. This dramatic development follows years of controversy, including accusations of corruption, reckless leadership, and public stunts that have divided the community and attracted widespread attention. For months, rumors about an FBI investigation into Henyard had circulated, fueled by allegations of misconduct, misuse of power, and questionable decisions. While many speculated about potential legal issues, few could have predicted the situation would escalate so suddenly. Henyard's arrest marks the culmination of years of growing scrutiny, mounting evidence, and increasing public concern over her leadership. The news has left Dolton and Thorne Township in disbelief, shaking a community already divided by her bold and often contentious leadership style. Critics, who have long decried her actions as self-serving and reckless, are now feeling vindicated, viewing the arrest as confirmation of their claims. In contrast, Henyard's loyal supporters are scrambling to make sense of the situation, defending her as a misunderstood and ambitious leader who has been unfairly targeted by political adversaries. Henyard's tenure has been marked by a series of controversies, including accusations of excessive spending on personal luxuries and the appointment of an unqualified police chief. Despite facing repeated criticism, she maintained a defiant public image, often dismissing her critics as politically motivated while positioning herself as a trailblazer who is unfairly opposed. The arrest now shifts the narrative from political drama to a legal reckoning, casting her leadership in a troubling new light. The community is left grappling with mixed emotions, shock, anger, sadness, and uncertainty about the implications of this dramatic turn of events. For many of Henyard's detractors, this moment is seen as justice served. For her supporters, it is a politically charged attack on a leader who refused to adhere to traditional rules. The arrest has thrust both Dolton and Thorne Township into a leadership crisis, leaving residents wondering what will happen next. With the fate of their controversial leader uncertain, the future of both communities now hangs in the balance. Henyard's once defiant image as the super mayor now faces significant redefinition, with her legacy potentially tainted by legal consequences. As the drama surrounding Henyard's leadership unfolds, it is important to examine the chain of events that led to her downfall. Henyard first took office in 2012, and from the very beginning, her leadership was marked by controversy. Known for her larger-than-life persona, Henyard was not content with simply being the mayor or township supervisor. She branded herself as the Super Mayor. This self-imposed title was proudly displayed on banners, billboards, and social media posts. Her face became ubiquitous across Dolton and Thorne Township, appearing on promotional materials, event flyers, and even village welcome signs. While some supporters viewed her as a dynamic and approachable leader, critics accused her of self-aggrandizement and using public resources to promote her image rather than serve the community. Despite these accusations, Henyard dismissed her critics with characteristic confidence, often declaring herself the people's mayor and the people's supervisor. Her charisma and public presence drew both admiration and skepticism, but as her tenure continued, controversies began to mount. Allegations of financial misconduct began to surface early in her term, including lavish spending on personal luxuries and questionable allocation of public funds. This fueled growing criticism and public distrust, especially as Henyard's ambitious and defiant style put her at odds with other local officials. One of the most significant points of contention was Henyard's relationship with the township's Board of Trustees. Board meetings became battlegrounds, with heated exchanges between Henyard and trustees reflecting the deep divisions within the community. While supporters praised her boldness and independence, critics saw her actions as reckless and self-serving, raising concerns about accountability and transparency in the township's governance. Henyard's defiant response to criticism, including frequent public outbursts and dismissive statements about her opponents, only served to deepen the polarization. Despite these tensions, Henyard remained steadfast in her leadership, branding herself as a trailblazer who was unafraid to challenge the political establishment. However, the allegations of financial misconduct continued to grow louder, and a federal investigation was quietly building for months, if not years. The investigation examined a wide range of accusations, including financial misconduct, mismanagement of township resources, and possible backroom deals. This scrutiny only intensified as more details about her leadership came to light, including allegations of financial mismanagement and an increasingly combative relationship with trustees and community members. Perhaps the most shocking allegation was a $43,000 shopping spree on Amazon in a single day, reportedly charged to village accounts. This spending spree included high-end furniture and various other unexplained expenses, leaving residents and critics alike stunned. These purchases were seen as emblematic of Henyard's extravagant lifestyle, funded by public dollars. This was not an isolated incident, as additional allegations of luxury travel and personal indulgences funded by taxpayers began to emerge. The growing pattern of financial mismanagement raised serious questions about Henyard's leadership priorities and whether she was using her position to further her own interests rather than serve the community. In addition to these allegations, one of the most contentious projects during Henyard's administration was the infamous skating rink summer club, a $2 million venture that many residents believed was built without proper approval or adequate transparency. Critics argued that the rink was more of a vanity project than a true community asset, as it was only open during events hosted by Henyard herself. This fueled accusations that the rink served her personal ambitions rather than the needs of the community. Supporters defended the initiative, arguing that Henyard's intent was to improve the community by providing amenities and recreational opportunities to residents, but these defenses did little to quell the growing public dissatisfaction. The financial controversies surrounding Henyard's leadership, combined with her combative style and repeated disregard for established protocols, created an environment of distrust and division. As more details of her spending and decision-making came to light, calls for accountability grew louder. Trustees, former allies, and watchdog groups all demanded greater transparency and oversight. The federal investigation that eventually led to Henyard's arrest focused on potential misuse of township and Dolton funds, as well as her role in obstructing efforts to ensure proper oversight. As the investigation built momentum, Henyard's once bold and audacious leadership became increasingly marred by allegations of financial mismanagement, legal violations, and an inability to work collaboratively with local officials. The culmination of these controversies came when Henyard was arrested by federal agents early this morning at her home in Dolton. Witnesses noted the presence of Henyard's boyfriend, Camel Woods, who has faced controversies of his own. Woods reportedly watched as Henyard was led into custody, marking the dramatic climax of years of investigation and mounting public scrutiny. Although the exact charges against Henyard remain under wraps, sources suggest they include embezzlement, misuse of public funds, and obstruction of justice. In the wake of her arrest, the community has been left to reflect on Henyard's legacy. Her supporters argue that she was a visionary leader who sought to challenge the status quo, while her detractors view her downfall as a long overdue reckoning for a leader who ignored accountability and transparency. For many, Henyard's arrest represents a moment of vindication, confirming the long-standing allegations of financial mismanagement and corruption. For others, it is a tragic end to a leader who once promised to break barriers and bring progress to the community. As the details of the federal investigation unfold, Dolton and Thorin Township are left to grapple with the implications of Henyard's arrest. The township is now in the midst of a leadership crisis, with many residents and trustees calling for new leadership. Some are concerned about the long-term damage to the community's reputation, while others worry about the deep divisions that Henyard's leadership created. One trustee expressed the need to rebuild trust and restore integrity to local government, a sentiment that reflects the broader desire for change. The fallout from Henyard's arrest will likely be felt for years to come, as Dolton and Thorin Township work to rebuild their political landscape and recover from the damage caused by her controversial leadership. Henyard's fall from grace serves as a cautionary tale about the dangers of unchecked ambition, a lack of transparency, and the erosion of public trust. While her supporters continue to defend her, the community is now forced to confront the consequences of a leadership style that prioritized personal gain over public service.